What's up guys? We are back because all the parts I was waiting on have arrived and I'm super keen to put them on. And yeah, there's also this, which I'm sure you guys noticed in the intro. If you don't know what this is, it's an Insta360. This is an X2 model, not the newest one, but essentially gets the same video. So it has a camera on each side, and using some cool software, it merges it into just one seamless video. And as you guys would have seen, you can't even see the pole that it's sitting on. I think you can only see this suction cup because it's not in the right line with the pole. But yeah, my main issue with this is it's a bit wobbly. I don't know, I think most people use this pole, but I guess just because it's a stiff car, the roads aren't great, just kind of bounces around a little bit too much, I think. But yeah, I feel so strange driving around with this thing. It sticks out like, I don't know, like 70 centimeters behind the car. And yeah, it just kind of looks a bit weird, but the videos it gets are pretty awesome. So I'm super keen to play around with this more. When I eventually get the car to the track to do some events, I think having this would be so, so cool. But for those who watched the last video, you would have seen it was a couple pieces for the engine bay, but I didn't have everything I wanted. It was all still getting shipped to me. So last video we did this carbon fiber cooling panel, which is one of my favorite parts on the whole car, honestly. And we did that catch can, which if you have a keen eye, you would remember wasn't hooked up. So I got my little Radium PCV rocker cover fitting. Radium is literally the best brand for fittings and stuff. They just make all these little pieces to suit perfectly on different Jap cars, which is awesome, as you can see. So it's a little swivel fitting there, which just allows me to connect that line super clean straight over to the catch can here. And then just this line I had to remake a little bit longer, but that is a very clean setup, I reckon. And now that ugly GK Tech catch can is gone, so my beautiful painted fan shroud can finally be appreciated, and yeah, it just looks so much better. I also went and got myself a heap of these little plastic clips, because this has like too many holes in it, and just, I guess because the car's a bright color, because it was red, you could just see the little bits of red throughout the cooling panel. And so yeah, just plug them up with these little plastic clips and it just makes it look so much better. So I'm honestly super, super happy with how this engine bay has come out. But there's just a few more little touches which I want to do today, and then essentially I'm not going to touch it again, I hope. But yeah, I think after today, this engine bay will be exactly where I visioned it to be from the very start of the process. So the first thing I'm doing is adding these hood dampers, which is really just a convenience thing, but like it also lets you see the engine bay a little bit clearer. It just makes it look more open without that pole sticking there. It's just a really minor thing, but I don't know, I thought they were cool. And it seems to be a simple bolt-on thing, just putting this on the bonnet and this just in the bay into an existing screw hole, and then just clipping this on, I think. So just that little bracket pops on the bonnet, and this little screw ball joint just replaces a screw that was already there. And now we should just be able to pop the strut in between the two. And there we have it. Can do it one-handed now in vlog. I removed the standard pole, and yeah, that is just so much cleaner. No disruption of view from the pole there, and yeah, I think they look pretty good. Now the next piece I'm probably most excited about. You guys might know what it is from the box. It is a Tome Coil Pack color. And I just think this thing really finishes off the look of an SR, being well overdue for one of these. And no, I don't have a Tome, one day, hopefully, but I do have a Tomei head gasket, so yep, that means I can run it. A little bit of a shame to cover up my R35 GTR coil packs and beautiful loom, but that is going to look so much better. Now this again is super simple, just 6 little Allen head screws we take out and then throw the new piece on, and they've given us some new hardware just to match the silver. And there it is. Honestly, I don't know, kind of 50-50 with it, but I think it's good. Definitely going to leave it for now. Now the next piece is kind of rust, to be honest. I was also a little bit 50-50 about it, but I think it definitely just cleans the bay up a bit and kind of matches, it's going to match the rest of what's in there. It is this fuse box cover. That cover, it's a bit dirty now, but it is a little bit tired, a bit scratched up. I was thinking of maybe just replacing that, but there's a lot of silver stuff in the bay now, so I think this will look good, and this is a very hard install. Just sits on like that. I think it's a nice touch. It's a very similar style to the Coil Pack cover, and there's a lot of silver metal in the car now, so yeah, I think that looks good. Now the very final piece, you know I had to do it, straight out of Japan, Yashio factory oil cap. The last little bit of color to the bay to match my Yashio hoses and stuff. I think this will be a nice final touch. Didn't want to spend stupid money on an old Nismo. Something like that's not worth it. And I think the pink just matches my theme anyway. So there we go. Now please hold me to this, guys, but this is the last mod I'm doing to this engine bay, because I don't want to spend any more money on this thing. I know the battery is kind of ugly. When that needs to be changed, it sounds dumb, but I'm gonna get a nice looking battery. I like having it in the front, I don't want it in the boot. And yeah, I mean, I guess those power steering and coolant overflow could be changed, but no, staying how it is for a good while. I think it's just modified enough while staying in a stock format, I guess you could say. Fan shroud, fuse box, battery, everything's still pretty much standard, but of course a lot of aftermarket stuff, so yeah, it's not really standard, but hope you guys know what I mean by that. But yeah, I mean, that's all I had planned for today, and hopefully for a good while in terms of the engine bay. So as always, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more and give me that little bit extra motivation to make more videos. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.